So, where do you park when you go down to Cat Lake? It's kind of cool. I get to drive down and just park right on the beach. Thanks so much to the rec site operators for coming down and letting me do this. We're beautiful Cat Lake. It's a beautiful day. Almost the middle of October. Perfect camping weather. Hasn't rained in forever. No complaints from me. Well, hello folks, welcome back to the channel. This is Henry. Last time we were here, we cleaned the video prior, cleaned that dock over there, and then that dock over there. So this dock here has had the entire summer to accumulate garbage. The water actually looks a little bit more brackish than normal, in the sense of normally it's perfectly clear visibility, but right now there's a little bit of green in it. Not really sure why that is. Normally I can see a lot better than what I can see right now. So it'll be dark. I can see garbage from here. There's a beer can right underneath the dock. All right. Let's go down and see what we can find. And look at the floaty right here. That's got there's beer cans and shoes right in the floaty here. Empties, shoes, or flip-flop. I'm sure the other one is probably in the water. I guess so. All right, let's get in the water. Let's see what we can find. So as soon as I ducked under the water, I realized the visibility definitely wasn't great, but it wasn't nearly as bad as I was thinking it's going to be. I can see quite a bit. You can see here I probably had easily over 15 feet of visibility, but because the sun was setting behind the ridge line towards the west, the visibility got darker for me really quickly, like within about 15-20 minutes. So as I got deeper, you'll see here in a few minutes here, the visibility, or at least the ability for me to see, wasn't nearly as good. So went down, and I was actually quite surprised in this jungle gym of blowdown debris that wasn't nearly as much beer bottles and beer cans as I thought it was going to be. Normally underneath this dock I'll find quite a few pairs of sunglasses and all sorts of different things, and the beer cans were actually really spread out. There just wasn't that much of it. I was a little bit surprised. So the plan was to head straight out away from the dock, and then once I get to whatever depth I felt like going to, and then cut to my left, or going eastbound towards the one dock that we haven't actually cleaned yet all year. We'll do that the subsequent dive, I think. You can see here I'm getting a little bit deeper, 57 feet of water. I think I'm a few minutes, like maybe 5 or 10 minutes into the dive. It's getting a little bit darker, and definitely this is the area that I thought for sure there'd be garbage here, but no, not really. 73 feet, 8 minutes into the dive, and here's an old mask. You can see the silt cloud there, and this is why most of my team that do cleanup dives, we end up just diving alone, doing solo dives, because we use our silt trail to track where we've been in the water. You can see here this 80 feet. This is the max depth that I went to, 80 feet, and the visibility definitely was pretty dark. So I'm starting to hit back up again. I wasn't down at 80 feet for very long. It was just very briefly, and then I started to hit back up. You can see that the light is starting to be able to get through that layer of water. There's some broken glass. Beer glass or beer bottles don't break underwater. That's a beer bottle that was broken above water, and then somebody actually threw it into the lake. That's actually a Pepsi bottle, a really old one by the looks of it too. Look at this jungle gym here. This is our highest entanglement lake cleanup that we do. You can see here the absolute jungle gym of just fallen debris, blow down, or whatever that's accumulated over however long, many years actually. This is pretty much the end of my dive here. I spent the safety stop doing just a bit of search around. This is pretty much like directly underneath the dock, grabbing a few things there. And as I was exiting the water, I saw that somebody had tucked in. So those beer cans did not end up there by accident. Somebody had to intentionally throw a couple of beer cans into this area underneath the dock because there's no way for the beer cans to actually fit through that hole unless they was placed there. Really unfortunate. So that was the dive. I can't remember how long that was, but it was a beautiful day. Just absolutely wonderful to be in the water. Man, surprising little bit of garbage, or not very much garbage, underneath this dock here. Last year when I was here, I must have got like 10 pairs of sunglasses right underneath this dock right here. And this year I think I got 1 or 2. Yeah, it almost feels like somebody's done a cleanup dive here. I mean, it wasn't me. We haven't been here since last year. Anyway, either people are behaving or somebody else has cleaned up before me. Anyway, let me get out of this, show you what I got. 13.5 pounds of garbage. Now that I think of it, this side of the lake, there's actually less campgrounds right at this dock. There's more campgrounds or camp pads on the other side, so maybe there's just less people. I know this beach gets absolutely packed because it kind of faces the sun, but yeah, who knows? Anyway, 13.5 pounds of garbage. Well, there we go. There's the garbage. Somebody got frustrated with their cooking and threw that in, I guess. A couple pairs of sunglasses. What do we got? 10, 20, 31 beer cans, 6 beer bottles, 1 plastic bottle, got a vape, some rope, plastic container, solo cup, some broken, I think I actually broke that in the bag, so found that little floaty that was at the bottom of the lake there, super old school scuba mask. Yeah, that's old, that's been there for a very, very long time. And then I got found this on the side of the lake. This is actually above water, of course, but yeah, I think I'll take that home. So there we go. That was kind of a fun time, here at the lake. Not a lot of trash, but I'm glad I came out, and oh, I wish I was camping, but I got so much stuff to do at home. All right, you guys, thank you so much to my Patreon supporters. We'll see you in the next video.